What's going on, guys? This is Damien from the Lookout, and I'm here with Arthur's second place Cooler Mill deck from the French Zenkai Cup. Yeah, Cooler Mill taking second place in the current meta, and like Golden Frieza taking first place. What's happening here? Like, the Zenkai Cup is like a parallel dimension. Like, it's insane, and I'm so happy to have this deck list. Thank you, Arthur, for providing me with the deck list. And yeah, let's just jump into it. But before we begin the video, hit that like and subscribe button. We are on our way to 3,000 subs and we're trying to hit it by the end of March. Now, roll the video.
Card Market is Europe's largest platform for all TCGs. Always find the right cards by buying and selling them across Europe with other players and collectors. Be it singles, boosters, booster boxes, or any other accessories, you name it. Card Market is the place to get them safely, securely, and readily available.
Here it is, guys, Cooler Mill. I'm once again doing this by myself on Deck Planet to save time because we're working super hard on the announcement that will hopefully come out tomorrow. Hopefully. But let's just dive into it. Full disclosure, I haven't really played this deck, so I'll probably make some mistakes. Please correct me in the comments below if I do, because that's the best way to learn. On the front side, this is a super old leader. This is from BT9. Just one set before Unisons came out. On the front side, when he attacks a leader card, you draw one. And then he has this auto, two autos that are the same on both sides. It's basically... first one is when a power of one of your opponent's battle cards is decreased by any amount, they mill one. And then once per turn, if it's their turn, when the power of one of their battle cards is decreased by a skill of one of your battle cards, you draw one. So that's what the leader does. On the awakened side, it doesn't matter whose turn it is. Only on the unawakened side it matters that it's your opponent's turn. Okay, so let's dive into the deck. I'll try to go fast because once again I'm not super familiar with this deck. So let's just go quickly over it. First off, 3 copies of Frieza Death's Embrace. This is a staple in the deck at 3 copies. It's still somewhat expensive. 1 energy, 1 red, auto. When you play him, you draw 1 and then activate battle. You can pay 1 energy and you can neg a leader or a battle card by -10. So you can remove something early on, draw a card, you can decrease your opponent's leader's power. You don't draw then, but you draw, if you do this on your opponent's turn. However, you look at it, if you hit a battle card, they're milling 1. It's a pretty good cantrip in this deck. Then we have 3 copies of the multicolored land, Mecha Frieza Energy Blight. Only 3 copies. Some might play 4, but 3 is a fair number. Multicolored decks are super slow. This is the biggest issue here. So like really committing into them is a bit of an issue, but then again you cannot really fully play the game without them. Then you have 4 copies of Cooler Tyrannical Assault. Cooler is phenomenal. He is 20k double strike arrival red-blue for 1 red energy. 20k auto. When he's played, your opponent places the top card of their deck into the drop area, so they immediately mill 1. And then you neg 2 cards, ignoring barrier by -10, so they mill 2 more. So they're basically like mill 3. Amazing card, plus it's a double striker for 1 energy. Awesome. Then we have 3 copies of Combo Attack Cooler. Combo Attack Cooler, I'll just read through it quickly. Activate battle for 1 blue energy. Choose one of your red or blue Frieza clan cards in your battle area other than this card and return it to its owner's hand, and then you play him from the hand. This is a great way to keep getting your Tyrannical Assault Coolers back. So just for 1 energy you get them back and then you just get to combo with them again. Awesome. And then you also have, not combo, unravel them again. Auto once per turn. When this card attacks or is attacked, choose up to one red-blue multicolored card in your drop area and combo with it. Your super combo is also red-blue. So yeah, your super combo is red-blue. You can combo with it from your drop area. It doesn't say non-super combo. Okay. Next on our list, we have a card that just recently came out, Chill, Ruling Through Fear. So Chilled does the following: 20k energy exhaust dual attack blocker, a rival for red and blue, permanent. If a red-blue multicolor card is in your energy, which there will be probably at least one, reduce the combo cost in your hand by 1. His combo cost is for 1 energy plus 5k. Auto. When this card is played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 red or blue Frieza Clan card with an energy cost of 5 or less among them to your hand, shuffle your deck, and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 15k. And then your opponent, mills 1. So, amazing card. It's a consistency piece. It is big, it's 20k, it removes something probably, because like minus 15 ignoring barrier can remove a lot of things, and your opponent mills 1. Awesome. Then we have 3 copies of Hercule and Boo, Friends Forever. This is one of those cards that has one of the best artworks in the entire game. A rival red-blue for 1 blue energy. Auto, when this card is played, draw 1, they choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 10k power for the duration of the turn. Once again, mill 1. Then at the end of your turn, choose up to one of your red or blue battle cards other than this card and return it to its owner's hand. Once again, you can get your Shield back, you can get your cooler Tyrannical Assault back, you can even get some of the things that are just coming back. Great recursion piece, plus mills, of course. Then we have something new, 2 copies of Son Gohan facing the Android Terror. So this is the red Gohan rare, and he's mostly here because of this one effect, which says Auto. When this card is played, choose a total of up to 7 of your opponent's battle and or unison cards. However, negging unisons won't work with milling. And they get minus 10k for the turn. You hit 7 battle cards, you mill 7. Additionally, if you choose 5 or more cards with the skill, then he gets plus 10k and double strike. So then he's like 25k double strike. You can also, when you add him to Z energy, you can pay 1 red and then you neg something by minus 15k. So this is your really big meal a lot piece for just 1 energy. It's insane in this ladder. It's absolutely insane. Then we have 4 copies of your super combo, Virus Divine Obliterator. Then moving on, we have 3 copies of Videl Encountering Danger. This immediately tells you what the unison is probably going to be. And then we have 2 copies of our other counter attack option. Our counter attack option with Dell's counterplay. Oceanus Shenron. If you can time this one perfectly, you can just take away your opponent's entire turn. Like, they just can't swing without milling themselves completely. If you time this is basically Baby Hatch in the deck. Your opponent just cannot attack anymore. Awesome card. Just 2 copies. Well, if you're milling them super hard, 2 copies is more than enough. I might go with 3 depending on the build, but as I've said, I'm not really familiar with this deck. Then we have 1 copy. This one is interesting. 1 copy of the GT Spaceship Boss Monster. Okay, so I haven't seen this one in Cooler Mill lists. So what it does is it's a 30k which you play from beneath your unison for free energy if you have 4 or more energy. And when you play him, you spirit boost free and you choose all of your opponent's battle cards and they get minus 30k power, and this card gets triple attack for the turn. So 30k, triple attack, deflect. And then you can add a marker to the Unison, but the last one, that doesn't matter so much. I mean, it does choose one of your red Unisons with 10k or more and place this card from your hand under it. So this is the way to place it under your Unison, basically. But yeah, it's a big board wipe, minus 30k, plus it triggers your mail, plus it's a boss monster. Like, phenomenal choice. Then we have 3 copies of Great Ape Son Goku Saiyan Instincts. Everyone knows what the monkey does, he's just here to help you draw more cards. Then we have 3 copies of Jiren, Legend of Universe 11. I don't think that there is any other Unison that I would play in this deck. The only other one that's good in red and costs 3 is Baby, but Jiren, because he can neg things, he can apply a lot of pressure with his +1, he's 20k, he's huge. There's really no reason not to play Jiren in the deck. Plus, Videl only works with 3 cost, so between Jiren and Baby, you'll always be picking Baby for the, always be picking Jiren for this deck. I'm sorry, I'm sleep deprived. I've been working on the announcement almost 24/7. So next on our list is our not boss monster, our SCR SS Gohanks. Not super familiar with it, don't see it as often, but what it does is ultimate dual attack blocker 25k auto. When this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier and they get minus 25 for the turn. So for 1, 2, 3, 4 energy, big board wipe guy, trigger your auto to mill them multiple times, remove everything, 25k dual attack blocker with +1. When your opponent attacks with a battle card, you may choose it and give it minus 25k. So if you don't kill them with this card, then you will just neg something, mill them, draw a card, insane. And then -4, activate main. With this card gets +15k in triple strike for the turn, and then you switch it to active mode. So worst case, this card is 40k triple strike dual attacker, which also just kind of wipes the board, mills a lot. Think, yeah, this is the perfect Unison for the deck because it does exactly what you want to be doing. Look, this card has an errata. Let's try to guess what it is. It's Senzu Bean. Yeah, of course, it's Senzu Bean. Bit weaker now, and yeah, not as good as it used to be in this deck, because you could restand during your turn and then you can do a rival shenanigans, but still super powerful, still worth running 4 copies of it. Then we have 2 copies of Dirty Burst. We need to stop those Gojitas somehow, and Dirty Burst is the best answer to that. Then we have 3 copies of After Image Technique, 2 copies of We Are Universe 7. Now, when I saw this card, I was like, why? I'm not sure. But then I figured once I read the traits of the cards, that your super combo is a Universe 7. So you can just get your super combo with this card. And finally, 2 copies of Realm of the Gods Ultra Instinct. Now let's move to the Z deck. In the Z deck, pretty standard for red decks, 3 copies of Rush Attack SSB Vegeta, 2 copies of SS4 Son Goku Defender of Life, and finally 2 copies of Vegeta Surmounting the Impossible to help you awaken. And let's quickly just go over the side deck. I'll just mention the cards. I'm not an expert in this deck, so I'm not super sure how they actually fit into it. Let me know in the comments below if you know how to do this. Like, it helps everyone else who's watching the video. Frieza Colossal Dynamo at 2 copies, 2 copies of Cooler Suffocating Tyranny, 2 copies of Cooler Clan Avenger, and then we're moving into the only extra card, 2 copies of Cease to Exist, followed by 1 copy of Jiren Survival of the Fittest for those Android 17 Turning the Tides, and last but not the least, for our discard matchup, 3 copies of Dabra Ritual at Hand. And that's the side deck, guys, and yeah, this is 2nd place Cooler Mail. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this deck? Are you excited to try Cooler Mail? What do you think of this build? I think that it's pretty awesome, and it's pretty amazing that this deck managed to get to second place. When is the last time that you saw Cooler Mail ever since Gogeta and Zin came out taking second place? Amazing, congratulations. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read all of your comments, I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And before you leave, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out a lot, and it helps us reach our goal of 3,000 subs by the end of March. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.